To the men of Reddit, what are some green flags a girl can do on a first date? Offer to split the bill. If the guy insists on paying, let him, but show appreciation. S-tier response when the guy pays for dinner is to say thanks and suggest that you'll get the next round of drinks, ice cream, etc., and then actually do it. Don't say you'll pay for next time and then not do it. I have always found it awesome, and a girl can pull this off in a chill but confident manner. I'm always happy to pay on a first date and never expect her to split. But when she shows real willingness to contribute and appreciation, that is a solid green flag. It's also just hot. Be an equal contributor to the conversation. If he asks you what's your dog called, don't just answer Spike. Rather see if there's room in the conversation about telling him about your dog or why you love it so much. If he asks what's your favorite fruit, don't just answer mango. Rather show some passion for the fruit and maybe tell a story of the first time you've tried it and why you love it so much. Obviously, this goes both ways. Dudes should also try and expand on topics rather than cut them short. Real recognize real. For me, a lot of green flags are sort of the same ones that girls have for guys. Having a sense of humor, being driven or passionate about something, being polite or kind, and being able to just be yourself are extremely attractive to me. It's what made me fall in love with my GF. If a girl makes me feel like I can't be myself, then I simply move on to someone else. Maybe this is a bit cynical, but I really think it is for the best. If you end up going on a walk after dinner or whatever, please try to maintain the same walking pace as your date. If you're nervous, pick a good public place to walk and then slow the fuck down. Nervous energy is a big turn off. I went out on a date once, and I was walking her to the bus stop. For the life of me, I couldn't get this girl to walk side by side with me. We couldn't talk. I ended things a few days later. Equal participant in whatever you are doing as a man. It is exhausting being expected to plan everything, pay for everything, do all the talking, asking questions, etc. A good relationship is founded in give and take, balance, sharing, etc. A date should reflect that. If one side or the other is making all the effort, doing all the talking, or asking all the questions, I would take that as a bad date. Pay half and be insistent about it. Stay off your phone and be willing to talk about more than yourself. The point of dating is to get to know each other. INHO first dates are the time to bring up any deal breakers you might have like stances on, political issues, ideas about the future, kids, marriage, etc., or complicated living situations. Attempting to hide big things like that is incredibly dishonest. I asked my brother, and he said that his biggest green flag for a first date is when a woman doesn't passively wait around for the man to be exciting. Apparently, to many people confuse their learned trauma response with excitement, and they want a partner who isn't going to bore them. And in practice, that just means someone who is sneakily abusive. My wife had genuine kindness. We were heading into a movie and saw a young kid, like 12, standing by himself and was concerned. She went up to him to make sure he was okay. If need, someone called. Said he was waiting to be picked up. She offered to wait with him. I would have stayed to from how she handled it, but he was adamant he was fine. For what it's worth, when you go on your date, that person is your social media. Let him ask questions and you give good, honest responses. Ask him questions and let him answer. Let it happen naturally and organically. Stimulate his mind. If he stimulates your mind, go for a second date. There is no timetable or guarantee of anything. No talk of exes. Doesn't care that I took her to a mid-price restaurant. When I was single, I had an old truck in good condition and a new Corvette. First couple of dates were always in the old truck. Their reaction to the truck usually told me a lot. My wife, now 36 years, told me she liked a frugal man. And that was it for me. Looking back, the thing that should have been the biggest green flag about the woman I married was that she made just as much effort to see me as I did to see her. She texted me first, suggested hangout times, and came up with date ideas just as often as I did. I don't think I realized it back then, but I realize it now. Be herself, not what she thinks you want her to be. That's why relationships fail to people. Or one. that project a version of themselves outwardly that does not align inwardly. A confident, secure, strong woman is the biggest green flag. It communicates an opportunity for long-term investment. Just my opinion. Be interested and excited. I get not everything is exciting. Sometimes it's even boring, but nothing feels like a kick in the balls quite like going on a date. And the girl isn't interested and always on the phone. Being able to be interested and hold conversation is probably one of the biggest green flags. I don't like this. So many relationships start off on false expectations because people are trying to be something. Dare not, be yourself. If they like you for you, you're likely going to have a better chance of a meaningful, lasting relationship than one built on someone they thought you were. No issues being herself. Don't worry about coming off as weird. As humans, we're all a bit odd and weird. My wife is like this. To me, it felt like she was comfortable with herself, and that's one of the biggest reasons I married her. She doesn't fake her personality to please others. I want to see some enthusiasm about something, anything. I love it when a woman is honest and realistic about her past and current romantic life. And if you're interested in me, indicate that as explicitly as you can. And if we get to the point of physical touch me back. I want a woman to have a good balance between being able to talk and being an active listener. That's listening with intent. I think it's great when someone can carry their share of the conversation, but how well and active they are listening to you is just a little bit hotter. Conversion flows easily and naturally. You're able to talk about the big things like religion, politics, and children without feeling like it's a potential argument. You're both laughing and relaxed the entire time, and you leave the date itching for the next one. Be on time, focus on your date, not on the people around you. Dress nice like you care about the date. Dress sexy like you are comfortable in the world and in your own body. Make jokes and laugh a lot. Be kind and considerate to other people. Listen intently. Don't brag. Reveal if you have online fans, coming with psychological problems, financial issues, long-term health issues, family drama. I stayed away from these kind of chicks. They're nothing more than waste of time, finances and energy with diminishing return. Sharp on time. Give more than one-word answers and don't just repeat the question back to the guy who asked it in the first place. It makes sense to hear their answer, but once they're done, you can say it's your turn and ask one of your own. Nothing crazy, just being present, listening, sharing anecdotes, stories, asking questions, making eye contact, smiling, laughing when appropriate. Essentially, if it feels like they are enjoying themselves, that's a pretty good sign. Because many first dates take place at restaurants. Being kind to the staff server. I'm also realizing how old I am because smartphones weren't really a big thing when I was dating. But yes, out your phone away. The putting your phone away complaint is so old to me. Do I answer messages or use my phone? No. But have I been on many dates where I felt seriously unsafe or uncomfortable, so having my phone in reach is handy. Yes. Don't expect him to pick up hints. Like him. Tell him, want a second date. Tell him, don't want a second date. Might suck. But tell him as well. Ghosting isn't cool. Neither's just horsing around until he gives up. The biggest green flag, man, woman, or something else, is to be comfortable being by yourself and not needing someone else. If you don't like being alone with yourself, what makes you think someone else will be? Being passionate about something. There's this girl that does these history videos on Facebook, and I don't have any interest in history at all. Her genuine passion when she talks about it is so attractive. Genuine kindness is always a green flag. Not fake flattery or whatever people call it now, but just being genuinely kind. Also, jokes, etc. Dating someone serious who never laughs is scary. You don't realize that hours have passed sitting and chatting wherever. You sit in your car at the end of the night and talk for another hour, and realize even after one date you genuinely miss a company. Ask me about myself, and then talk about your own experiences that have to do with the stories, examples I gave. It's called relating to someone, and it shows you actually care, have an interest in me. Leave your phone in your pocket or in your car. Immediate red flag is when they need to put it on the table. Anything you want as a woman, we want as men. We want to be heard, loved, and respected. Being herself. Being engaged in the date. And not spending minimal time on her phone. I try to do that myself, cause I want to get to know her as a person. So getting the same energy back is great. Don't try to do green flags. Just be yourself and see if that works with the other person. Too many people try way too hard and aren't really being themselves, which is just a waste of time. Ask for 2 bills when a waitress comes over. Really engage in the conversation. No short answers. Ask questions. Start a TED talk about your passion, and don't pull your phone out. Actually engage in conversation. Keep off your phone. It's not even about splitting the bill, it's about you're agreeing to spend time with this person. Spend time with this person. Be interested in getting to know the guy, and interested in letting him know what you're into. Nothing wastes time better than 2 people on a date pretending to be someone else. I think it's a major green flag when you can handle inconveniences and setbacks with grace. Nobody wants to feel like they are walking on eggshells when you are in the room. Offer to split the bill for dinner. Hint hint, we won't actually let you but just want you to say it. Pay for the dessert if separate locations since it's normally cheaper. Do not play games or pretend you're something you're not. Don't start doing the I won't text now because I don't want to seem too eager, etc. Just be you. Offer to pay or split. Or at least not taking it for granted that I pay. I'll gladly pay. But just having an attitude of demanding it is a red flag IMO. I brought a gift to a second date. First date, I think just listen. Be kind and offer to pay for something or go halfsies Dutch if you can afford that.